It was 2022. I was fresh out of high school, just graduated last year, and I was desperate for girls. I was just about to start university, my first year, and so I decided to download Tinder on my phone and start swiping for the first ever time. And not knowing what to expect, something started happening to me that started to slowly deteriorate me on the inside. I was 18 years old and I was a virgin, you know, and I didn't want to be anymore because I thought it wasn't cool. When growing up, I was really, really lonely. You know, I'd be that guy in the back of the classroom who just wouldn't really speak to anyone. I'd have horrible self-esteem issues. I just thought I was ugly, genuinely. I thought I was unattractive as heck. But most importantly, honestly, I had anxiety. Bad anxiety. And bro, if I'm being honest with you, what this anxiety honestly really stemmed from was girls. Every time I'd encounter a new girl that I started speaking to and she gave me just a little teeny bit of attention, bro, my mind would start overly fixating on this one girl. It was bad. I hated it. So much anxiety was caused because of this. And this all stemmed from a couple of different things, you know. It wasn't just one thing. Lack of social skills growing up. Nobody really taught me much or anything. My dad kind of was this really stern, hard guy. Not hard, but like really strict father who would constantly, you know, make me question my own self-esteem. I honestly never really looked after myself properly. I was living a very unhealthy lifestyle. And I didn't really do much with my life. All I'd really do was just go to school, come back, play video games, repeat. That was honestly my life. Honestly, even though those things were happening to me, the most predominant reason for why I was so anxious around girls, and so anxious when it just came to talking to girls and just having them in my mind 24/7, was because I lacked experience. You know, bro, up to this point, I was 18 years old, and the amount of girls I'd spoken to in my life, I could count fingers on my hand. It was, dude, I talked to no girls. And so that was a big reason for why I was so anxious, was because I just didn't have options. And so this is exactly what kind of got me to start improving myself as a person, as shallow as that sounds. My appearance in particular, because I just had enough of feeling this way, of feeling undesired, unwanted by women. I'll be honest, that's genuinely just my desires. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was shallow, yes, but it was what I desired. If I'm being honest, I just wanted to be that person who could reject any girl that came his way, because I was just so envious of those guys, and my friends, some of my friends were really attractive, right? And they'd be just flocked with girls around them, and I'd just be in the shadows, just kind of be ignored. I wanted to be that guy who could reject them, who did have options. And honestly, I just wanted to take that anxiety from my mind away, right? Of just constantly ruminating and thinking about that last girl I spoke. I just wanted to get rid of that, because it's bro, dude, I just want to live a normal life. I just want to feel normal, please. I don't want to be ruminating on this. It was like a toxin to my brain. And so I did some research, and I ended up finding some dating coaches online who advised me to download a dating app. So Tinder or Bumble or whatever, right? Because they promised me, if I go on these dating apps and I, you know, meet up with girls, that will give me the quote-unquote experience, which was exactly what I had wanted. All I'd wanted was a girl's attention. It didn't matter who. I wanted experience. Oh my gosh, yes, that sounded like such a good idea. And so I believed them, because I wasn't going to approach them in real life, because I was too much of a wuss, right? So dating apps seemed very fruitful to me and very flavorsome. And so I was like, what's the harm, right? What's the harm? What is the harm? I'm only going to get good things from here. I'm going to get experience. This is what I want. You know, in fact, I might even meet my wife on here. You never know. And so I downloaded them. I downloaded Tinder on my phone, which you'll soon see was probably one of the worst decisions I'd ever make in my entire life. Low-key, I started recording in this particular position because of the sun was kind of that way, But I actually wanted to record there because the view is actually amazing. So I might actually move it because the clouds are kind of blocking the sun now. Yeah, give me a sec. Oh, you guys are gonna love this view. Oh, that's not right. Alright, false alarm. Oh, bro, I really regret wearing white shoes here. Look at this. Look what I did. Blasphemous. Anyways, I downloaded Tinder, right? And I added my selfies with the Snapchat filters and my mirror pictures because I just thought I looked so cool and like cute with these pictures. I didn't look cute at all. And so I started swiping. So I pretty much started swiping right on like 99% of girls, bro. Like, that's not even a joke. My standards were very, very low. I'm gonna be very truthful and open and honest here. So I was swiping for about like, I don't know, a minute or so. And I came across this girl's profile. And I'll be completely honest with you, she didn't look that appealing, you know. She didn't look like she took care of herself, at least from a first impression. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but that's just the first impression I got of this girl. And instantly I should have swiped left, right? Like, dislike, whatever. Because of my current life trajectory. I mean, I was improving myself. Now I was on a good trajectory. That's exactly what I should have done. But then I read her bio, and it read this: tell me your star sign, and I'll tell you if I'm DTF. Down to right. And my dirty ass, my dirty-minded self swiped right. God fucking damn. You can just tell how desperate I really was, right? Just growing up completely isolated, just wanting to know what it's like to be attractive to women has led me up to the point where I'm literally on a dating app, swiping right on girls who I don't even find attractive myself in the slightest, just for the incy-bincy small chance that I don't know, get experience or whatever. It's fucked. It's fucked, dude. Something went seriously wrong with me when growing up. That's for absolute sure. And I think I reached my swipe limit. So you only get like a set amount of likes that you can, and I pretty much went through mine in like 2 minutes. But yeah, I closed the app, expecting to get a marvelous amount of likes back, you know, a grand amount of matches the next day. And so I opened the app 1 day later, and my heart dropped. I found out I had 3 likes. 3 likes. And that's not even matches. 0 of the girls that I swiped right on matched with me. And I had 3 likes from girls who I'm pretty sure I had no interest in whatsoever. This broke me. I'm telling you, bro, when I saw that number, it slaughtered me. It slaughtered my self-esteem. It manslaughtered it. My already low self-esteem went so down to the depths of the underworld, bro. It went so down under. Because you know what that number meant to me? You know what that number meant to me? To me. It meant, oh, I knew girls weren't that into me, but I didn't expect 0 girls to be not into me. I guess I really am undesired. I guess I really am not going to ever experience love in my life, ever. That's what that meant to me. Now, practically just staring at the screen with lifeless eyes, I closed the app and just went about my day. And it was probably 50% worse because of this event. I got distraught. I was sad, bro. Until one day later, something miraculous happened. Or so I thought. Alright. I opened the app to find out I had one match. Oh my god. I actually got a match. When I saw that notification, bloop, from Tinder, you got a match, my eyes just lit up, bro. And guess who this match was from? Well, you remember that girl? The one who I didn't find attractive in the slightest, but that I swiped right on just out of pure lust. It was her. And I wasn't sad. In fact, I was happy. I was genuinely ecstatic that I got this match from this girl who I had zero interest in whatsoever. And bro, you're not gonna believe what I texted her, man. I was so lustful. I was so in the mindset of just like dirtiness that I texted her, Leo. I texted her my star sign. Her bio read, "Tell me your star sign and I'll tell you if I'm DTF. Down to." And I said Leo. And the worst part is that she replied. The worst part of this whole squabble is that she fucking replied. And she said she was keen. Oh, God. This is fucked. When I received that text, man, my heart dropped. It dropped so low. Nervousness, fear, excitement, anxiety. All these emotions started running through my body. You know why that is? Well, dude, I haven't even kissed a girl. Let alone, I barely even talk to women. I'm at level 0 just to get sent straight to level 100, right? Imagine what that does to a person, right? Imagine that lustful energy you get. You haven't even kissed a girl, you haven't talked to many girls in your life, just to get thrown into a position where you're ready to engage in something very promiscuous, straight from level 1 to 100. Imagine what that did to me. It was unnatural. It was uncanny. I was questioning reality. Like, is this real right now? What? There's no way this is real. And I can't lie to you and say I wasn't eager, because unfortunately I was. Just a quick break from the story, but I'm super sorry to disturb you. All I'm asking is for you to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the story so far, as it really does help me out a lot. Like, genuinely, I think maybe we could attempt 200,000 subscribers sometime in the next few months. That would be killer. I would really appreciate that. This helps me so much. Thank you. And I'll let you back into the story. I'm sorry for taking up too much of your time, right? So we started conversing on text, right? I was just trying to make sure that she was actually keen and not like joking or whatever. And yes, she was actually keen. Like, she was 100% straight with me. She was, yeah. And so I added her on Snapchat. Yeah, Snapchat. And we started snapping each other pictures and Snapchat, just trying to set up something, right? And so I found out that she lives in the university dorm. So the dorms, right? Like where you kind of go to board at university, like the student dorms. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I need to explain myself, but she lived in a very, very reliable and just the perfect place for me to meet up with, right? She lived in a good spot, basically. I can't even fucking speak right now. This is too fucked. Because again, it was like, what, a 2-minute walk from my university. Perfect for me. And so we ended up, dude, we set something up for the next day. We set up to meet up the next day, bro, for tomorrow. Tomorrow! We barely even talked for like a few days at most, right? And we set something up for tomorrow. So I don't know, let's say it was like Monday now. And I'm in my bathroom just freaking the fuck out, bro. I'm freaking the fuck out because I know exactly what's going to go on the next day. It was insane. I just did it again. Never kissed a girl. Never did anything like that. My mind started filling up with these lustful, horrible thoughts. And so I'm freaking out in my bathroom. We're snapping each other on Snapchat. And I'm sending her like some sexy photos of myself, some like shirtless pictures, trying to flex my little to no muscle. And see, she ends up sending very provocative pictures of herself. And again, this was the first time for me. What the fuck was going on? Holy shit. And so she's sending me provocative pictures of herself. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Plus the sheer fact that we're about to meet up tomorrow and do something that I've been longing for my entire life. And I've just been fantasizing about what this is going to feel like. Oh my goodness, is this going to be the best feeling ever, like what everyone has been telling me up to this point? What is she going to do to me? What am I going to do to her? I was freaking out in my bathroom and all these lustful thoughts just started building up in my head. That I had so much sexual tension built up that I jerked off. I'm sorry, I started choking the chicken right in that moment. Just because the sheer thought of what was going to happen tomorrow, it was that bad, right? And so the next day happens, and I'm in my university classroom learning physics or whatever, right? But honestly, I could not give that any attention whatsoever because we were planning to meet up right after this university class, 4 p.m. or whatever. I could not listen to what the teacher was saying because my heart was just pounding the entire class. Dude, after this class, I'm no longer gonna be a virgin. I'm gonna finally be cool. People aren't gonna see me as this weird, quiet kid who can't get girls. Holy shit, bro. This was coursing through my body. And so the class ended. And I went straight to the bathroom. I put my perfume on. My Ariana, oh no, I didn't even have the Ariana Grande perfume back then. What was I using? I don't know. Probably my dad's perfume or something. But well, anyways, yeah. I did my hair. I put on perfume. I made sure I was presentable, whatever, right? And I started walking towards where we were gonna meet up. So we were gonna meet up at like a tea shop nearby the uni. My heart's just pounding out of my chest, pounding, and I end up seeing her, right? And yep, that's her. We get the intros out the way, whatever, hi, my name's Manish, I was absolutely nervous, shit body language. I tried to, hug her, kind of, and that was a little bit awkward as well. Yeah, we got the intros out the way, whatever, we got tea, doesn't really matter, to be honest. We both know why we were there. We were both there for one reason and one reason alone, and it was fucked up, right? We were there for just straight logistics. Dude, can't make this shit up, man. And so before long, she very quickly took me back to her apartment, went up the elevator, slowly walked into her room, and I don't know why I'm giving so much detail, but I remember just sitting on her bed, just right next to her, not knowing what to do. Not knowing if I should make the first move, not knowing how to make the first move. And I think she got that impression that I wasn't going to make a first move. So she did. And before long, that's exactly how I lost my V card, my virginity. And dude, right after that happened, I can't even explain to you just how much regret I felt. Dude, the clarity I got afterwards, it was bad. It was horrible. It was like I committed a crime. It might as well have been. I regretted it so bad, just instantly, right after right after it finished. Because I just froze for a second and just looked down, looked at the mess I made, look at her, look at me, look at everything, look at why am I even here right now? Why in the flying fuck am I here right now? I felt so disgusted with myself. And she wanted to keep on cuddling with me afterwards, but I'll be honest with you, bro. I wanted to get the heck out of there as soon as I possibly could, because I just felt this unbelievable drowning feeling that I can't even describe. I mean, it felt good in the moment, but like it just felt like a part of me just got sucked out of me. Literally, metaphorically, spiritually. Dude, it was damn, bro, I regretted it, man. Seriously. It didn't feel right, and did this heal my inner child? You know, that child that was just wanted a girl's attention and just loved. Did this heal that child? No. No, fuck no. In fact, I felt the same way afterwards, if not even worse. Right? But did I delete these apps after that? No. No, I didn't. You know why? Even though that experience felt horrible afterwards, dude, I had this false sense of accomplishment. Like, I felt a little bit triumphant. Triumphant. And it was so weird, bro, because it was like, I felt bad, but at the same time, I kind of feel good doing this. Like, what do I really desire here? What is going on? And basically, it was basically like, there was a void that needed to be filled in my heart. But instead of filling that void with a sweet honey-like nectar, it was filling it with oil, right? It was getting filled, but just not with the right ingredient. And so I stayed on these apps. And so throughout the year of 2022, I'd experiment with different apps. I'd download, the other dating apps as well. I'd try out different pictures, different bios, literally like lying about my age. Just, taking like shirtless pictures and stuff, even though my body was not sexy in the slightest. I was slowly becoming this wannabe fuckboy. I was slowly turning into this lustful little sorry excuse for a man. And so, 1 year passes, so it's 2023 now. So this is 1 year later, and I look decently better than I did 1 year ago. I really did stick with the glow up stuff. I tried, at this point I had better skin, I was starting to grow a beard, and guess what? Well, I started getting more attraction on these apps. When I first downloaded them, I got 3 likes. But now I'm getting 6 likes. Holy shit, bro. The glowing up, it's working. And bro, this felt so good in the moment. Just seeing those likes go up from 3 to 6. Wow. You'd think this was making me happy. This would fulfill my inner child, right? But no. This didn't take my anxiety away. This made my anxiety worse. Because now I'm constantly checking these apps 24/7. No, not even 24/7, but literally 24/7. I check these apps every hour of the day just to see, oh my gosh, did I get a new like? Did I get a new like? Did I get a like yet? Did I get a match? I was literally a drug addict, dude. Tinder was my drug. I became an addict. It was a compulsion to check these apps. And if I didn't get these likes, oh, guess what? Oh my gosh, if I didn't reach a certain level of likes threshold or matches, I'd get sad. I'd get depressed because I was basing my own happiness on the amount of Tinder likes I was getting, bro. What the fuck? You can't make this shit up, dude. I was down the drain. I was so down under. Imagine basing your own happiness, your own life satisfaction on the amount of Tinder likes you get, dude. It's fucked. I was fucked up. And at this point, it's like I'm actually meeting up with a lot more girls now than I was last year. My communication skills with girls have gotten a lot better. I'm actually rizzing them up now. This shit's actually working. And this was a big transitioning point for me. Because it's like, wow, I can actually do this now. This isn't some type of joke. Like, I can actually do this. And so I ended up meeting quite a few girls this year. Not all of them went well, but just trying to fill that void, right? Trying to meet a good girl, right? That's what I was trying to tell myself, but let's be real, it's probably just lost. And it never really got filled. Never did, but I kept on trying anyways. And so, 1 year later from there, 2024 happens. So last year, right? And at this point, I look decently better than I did 2 years ago. And I'm getting texts from girls that my younger self would have honestly dreamed of just 2 years back. So I've basically reached the point where I've wanted to, for the past 2 years, or for my whole life actually. Girls are actually attracted to me now. And it's obvious. But did this make me happy? Did this take my anxiety away? The one that I've held, the anxiety that I've held inside my body for my entire life, the one that inner child inside me craved, this love, this attention from the girls, did this take that anxiety away? Well, I remember this one week, this one day. I was driving home and it was like, I don't know, 8 p.m. on a Wednesday night, I don't know. Well, basically, I was driving home just feeling super empty and just weird, just odd. Because I had just come back from my third date of the week with the third girl. 3 dates in a week with the 3 different girls. And I remember just looking myself in the mirror that night. And it's like, bro, do you really want to be this person right now? Would your younger self be proud of the person that you've become? And technically, yeah, he would be. But that was the moment where I realized my younger self was full of shit. You know, he didn't even know what he wanted. And that night, bro, I felt the most empty and depressed and just... unironically, I felt lonely. I felt lonely. Even after I went on 3 dates with 3 different girls in 1 week, I felt lonely. And that's not even me like saying that the dates, like, they didn't go well or something. They might not have, they might have, like, that's not the problem. I never felt well, bro. I never felt well. It didn't matter if they went well. It didn't matter if they didn't go well. But for some reason, I never deleted these apps from my phone. I never did. And you know why that was? You know why I never deleted them throughout these 2 years, even though they've blatantly not been making me happy, besides the lust, right? I was trying to convince myself that I would find my future wife on these apps. If I delete Tinder for like 1 week, what if I miss my chance with my future wife? That was the mindset that I was in. And please don't get me wrong here. I am not in any way saying that you can't find good girls. You can't find wife quality girls on these apps. Because contrary to what people actually say, you know, I've actually met up with quite a few good girls before from dating apps. But it just felt like a game, dude. And I know people refer to dating as a game. But this felt like Russian roulette. It felt like Russian roulette, man. I was meeting up with girls who I found pretty on paper, but I just had no idea if I was truly compatible with them in the first place. And also the catfishing shit as well. More often than not, I wasn't compatible with these girls. I just wasn't. And you just never know until you meet them, which was like, it's just a fucking game, dude. You're just taking a chance at that point. And yeah, I know you can get to know a girl on text, of course, before meeting up with them, whatever. But still, I don't know, dude. Just something about this entire ideal, this entire ordeal, it just felt very, I don't know how to explain it, dude. I genuinely don't know. It just didn't feel right. I also tried to convince myself I was not there for the lust. You know, the casual sex or whatever. I was not there for those reasons, right? I'm here to look for a good girl. But if I'm being completely and utterly honest with myself right now, if there was a chance for that, I would go for it. So that was an utter lie that I was telling myself. I was just too much of I just had no control over myself. That's what it was. However, bro, one day, so this would have been the end of last year. So yeah, the end of 2024. And this one particular night, I was feeling really damn lonely, dude. Like that type of lonely where I was feeling all those years ago. I was just kind of in a bad spot. Some of you guys might remember that time. Even though I had this YouTube channel, I still felt very empty that one day. And I was doing a bit of reflecting on like who I was as a person. I'd like to say I've improved myself quite a lot compared to 2 years and my whole life, honestly. I like to humbly say that. However, there was this one aspect of my life that needed fixing, and it was the fact that I just feel so empty right now and just lonely. Earlier this year, I don't know, at the start of this year, I saw this very, very attractive black hair girl in the gym. I was just at the gym like usual, and I see this really attractive girl that I really want to speak to because I found her genuinely beautiful, right? And so I was going to approach her until I realized this one thing. I couldn't. I froze. And I realized, whoa, hang on a second. It's been a long time since I have done this. And I'm feeling anxious and nervous and I just can't move. What the heck? What happened to my social skills? What happened to my ability to approach girls in real life? I thought I had good social skills, but like, excuse me, where's it gone? And dude, she was right there in a great opportunity for me to go and speak to her. I wasn't expecting anything, but I could have done it, right? Either way. But I didn't. I froze and I froze. And she left the gym, and I kid you not, I've never seen that girl ever again in my life. Gone. Opportunity lost. And that moment just made me realize, it's like, wait a minute, bro. This entire time, I've been so reliant on these apps that my ability to approach them in real life and talk to them in real life has gone down the drain. And it's like, it just made me ponder, you know, whatever happened to finding girls in real life to speak to get to know. You know, in school, in the gym, at university, in the library, at church, at youth groups, whatever happened to finding people in real life and just connecting with them there. It's gone out the drain now. You know, these days, all I'm doing is just, you know, working on a YouTube video, doing some work, going to the gym, come back home and just go on my phone and just swipe. That's what I've been reduced to. That's what we've been reduced to, man. Or at least that's what I've been reduced to. Okay, my camera battery just died, but good thing I've got an extra battery. We come prepared. It's fine. Even still, I did not delete these apps just yet, until I just kind of looked at myself in the mirror and I just stared at myself, and I asked myself this one question. Dude, you've been on these apps for nearly 3 years, coping for 3 years, and you don't even have a girlfriend yet, let alone a bond with a girl that lasts over 1 week. And it's like, maybe I should just stop lying to myself and just delete these apps, you know? And that's exactly what I did. It was earlier this year where I just went cold turkey. I know, I'm a former addict. Nah, but seriously, I've just been a lot more focused on building real connections in my life rather than fake ones online on dating apps. I started doing the things that really make me happy as a person. You know, I've gotten a lot more in tune with God lately. You guys have probably noticed. Honestly, God is the only reason why I'm here right now. Genuinely. And that's been one of the best decisions that I've made personally, because it's really helping me fill that void. Not fully yet. I mean, you know, I still feel really lonely every now and then. Yeah, of course, I'm a human, right? But it's gotten a lot better. And only after a few weeks off of dating apps, I realized just how amazing of a decision it really was to remove them, because since I didn't have the crutch of dating apps anymore, I really just tried to speak to more women in real life and like form proper bonds with them. And yeah, sure, not all of them went well, but I can't lie to you and say I just don't feel dirty anymore, because I actually feel like a normal human being, somebody who can actually conversate properly with the people around them, bro. Having dating apps on my phone gave me such a desperate energy. I haven't been on a date with any girl in a very long time. And that's completely fine by me, because I just don't feel like I need to anymore. There's no desperate energy there. It's gone. And it's like, fuck, dude, it took me 3 whole years to finally realize that I personally needed to delete these apps from my phone. You know, you'd be texting a new girl like today, and then a new girl next week, and then 2 weeks after that, and then there'd be turmoil, and then you'd be going through like mental problems that you should not be going through, but it's just because you're on these apps, and just like, it's getting in the way of that self-love, dude. It's getting in the way of that. How was I expecting to fix myself if I can't even give myself the proper emotional stability and just time and energy, if all of my energy is going towards this? This entire time I was trying to cope and convince myself that I'd find my future wife on these apps, I'd find a girlfriend on these apps, and someone who I genuinely just want to fill that void and love. There was a very slim chance of that happening. I want you to know that. I'm 21 years old, I'm young, right? There's a very slim chance I'm meeting my future wife on an app, on a dating app. So I was willingly sacrificing my own mental and emotional well-being and my health, giving myself so much anxiety for no reason, in exchange for such a slim chance to meet my future girlfriend, which was definitely not going to happen. How fucked is that, bro? Think about that. That was the exchange I was making simply because I was coping, and I just didn't want to delete them. How chopped is that? You know, yeah, I've realized a few things after coming off these apps that I feel like you guys would benefit from. If I would have genuinely spent the same amount of time on these dating apps, like, you know, curating my best profile, taking the best pictures, you know, going on these dates, this, that, if I had spent that time working on my social skills instead, working on my ability to talk to girls in person, that would have been 50 times better, bro. Because, you know what? Your ability to attract a girl who's of your standard, who's of higher quality, of your standard, right, is at a much higher chance in real life compared to on dating apps. And I'm not saying, you know, girls on dating apps are lesser quality. I'm not saying that at all. It's just personally, I wasn't attracting the girls I really wanted on dating apps. I just wasn't. Looks, personality, everything, bro. I'll be honest with you. I don't know, maybe I just wasn't handsome enough. Maybe my profile wasn't good. I don't know, bro. But in real life, this is where everything changed for me. You know, I've realized from talking to more girls in real life who I found really pretty, it's like, oh damn, wait a minute. These girls are, first of all, super pretty, but they also are really good girls as well. It's just that I've been so tunnel visioned on just girls from dating apps that I completely forgot there's an entire, you know, world out there. Because look, like, at the end of the day, we can't forget that dating apps are just mostly about your appearance, right? I mean, we swipe on girls, girls swipe on us 95% because of how we look. In real life, dude, there's so much more than just appearances. Yeah, I don't want to list off everything, but like, in real life, you'll know straight away if this girl is into you, if you're into this girl, if you're compatible. But you know, on dating apps, it's like, all right, first I got a match with this girl. and then I gotta text this girl in this specific way, and then I gotta set up a date, and then there's a 50% chance that she ghosts me. You just gotta be worried about all this bullshit. You know? It's like Russian roulette, like I was saying before. In my opinion, this is not how dating should be. And look, I'm not judging you in any way if you still use them. I'm not. I know people who have gotten married from dating apps. I know people who are in happy relationships because they've met off a dating app. They can be amazing, right? But that's just me personally. Me personally, I'm not using them right now. It does not mean you should not though. I'm hoping you can't hear it, like, there's some shooting going on. Bang bang, you hear that? I'm sorry if that's in the mic, but just because I'm not using them, it doesn't mean you should not. For me, I heavily regret using them. At least in the way I used them at the start. If I could take my virginity back, I would. Because guess what? Now I have to tell my future wife, the future wife of my children, the shit that I did. And it's not gonna be light. And I want a girl that is more pure. But how can I ask for that if I'm not pure myself? It's hypocrisy. I've fucked myself. This shit has lasting consequences, bro. Please realize that. Don't give yourself so easily like how I did, please. Dating apps are 100% the easiest way to lose your virginity nowadays. And just fall into that trap. Don't fall into it like I did, man. Focus on yourself, please. Focus on God. Focus on purpose. Let girls naturally fall into your life. Don't try to subjugate it like how I did. Don't try to force it, man. And dude, I know, trust me, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to just want intimacy, just want to know what it's like to have sex. I know what that's like, dude. But I don't know if this is like a situation where it's like, even if I tell you this, you're not gonna listen, and then you're just gonna have to inevitably go through the process and then crash, and only then you'll learn type of deal. Or if you want to listen to me now and you'll learn and you just won't make the same mistake. Either way, I need to say this, bro. Dating apps are okay, but losing your purity as a person is not okay. Right? You want to keep that. That shit's sacred. It's needed. Don't take your purity for granted, bro. Your future wife will admire you for it, will love you for it, for staying strong in weak, frivolous times. Especially if you keep on improving yourself as a person as well. Because she's gonna be like, oh shit, not only is this guy jacked, not only does he have a good career, a good purposeful career, he loves himself, he loves what he does, he's charming, but he's also pure. Now he's a real keeper. You'll be a keeper. That purity is priceless. There genuinely just isn't many people like that nowadays. You know? And remember this. I want you to always remember this. The people that look down on you for being a virgin or for not having experience or whatever the fuck, you don't want those people in your life. Full stop. They're not people you want to be around. Let me just make that clear. For me personally, I know this guy, I met him at the gym. This blonde dude. Pretty jacked as well, right? If you saw him from a first impression, he is jacked. He's talking to everyone. He goes up and speaks to girls like no problem. Like, this guy has the best confidence I've ever seen. He talks up all the girls in the gym. And he's great to be around. And so the first impression I've gone, this guy must be, he must have lots of experience. He must be this really like social butterfly, this guy who's really good with women. But when I had my first proper conversation with him, I realized he was a man of God. He was a virgin. And he's never He's never jerked off in his life. He's never masturbated in his life. And dude, when I heard that, it just made me respect him 50 times more. Not any less, 50 times more. He chose not to. He chose not to sleep with as many women as possible. He chose this lifestyle. Trust me, he can if he wants, right? Because he's a man of something greater. He's pure, unlike me. So bro, I ask you this one question. Why did you click on this video? Was it just curiosity? Or were you secretly hoping that more girls would treat me better after glowing up, just so you could potentially do the same and attract as many girls as possible into your life? Whatever your reason is, bro, just remember that your looks are important. Yeah, girls are important. Absolutely, bro, but it's not everything in life. Because remember the one person that really needs your love the most, and it's you. This doesn't mean I'm off of them forever, like dating apps. I could be wrong about this whole ordeal. Like, I don't know, things will change. But for now, I'm off of them. And it's been a really good, really, really good for my own mental health. But either way, whatever you take out of this, I really hope my story can give you some sort of insight, whatever that may be. If I had a story like this when I was 18 years old, just about to download that app for the first time, Tinder, this sort of changed his life. And so that's just what I'm hoping for you as well. Or, something like that. Please do subscribe to the channel. Genuinely, it helps me so much. Maybe we could hit 200k sometime soon, if we're lucky. It really does help me. So you can like and comment as well. Those two things actually help me. Like those three things: subscribe, like, and comment. If you want to support me, I'd really appreciate it if you do those three things for me. And also one last thing, just a shameless plug from me, but for my fellow curly hair guys out there, I'm creating my very own natural curl cream. Fully natural. It's good for your hair. Took my hair from this to this. And if you'd like to know when it's first going to drop, you can sign up. There's like an email thingy. First link in the description below. And thank you. Man, I've been recording for probably 2 hours straight now. I've been sitting on this tree stump this entire time, dude. My ass is so sore. Oh, goodness. Do I have anything on my butt? Time to go to the gym. See, look. Tree stump.